Here with me now is Armen Kurdian, retired U.S. Navy captain and national security analyst. Armen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. There's a Senate hearing on Wednesday on the Middle East, and diplomacy is the topic there. Talking future strategy for the region. How important is this deal to President Trump's vision for the Mideast policy going forward?
It's extremely strong. He wants to build on his current success record with the Abraham Accords. It's not just Israel and Gaza. I know he very much wants to see Israel have rapprochement with Syria, have Syria perhaps join the Abraham Accords and other Islamic nations. I think what he's trying to do is perhaps take, while still supporting Israel, wants to take a slightly more neutral approach, not completely neutral, because he still believes in Hamas's, naked aggression on the 7th of October, 2023. But at the same time, with that greater look of neutrality or greater effort to try to perhaps say be willing to criticize Israel in public, perhaps bring other nations to bear as well on both sides and on Hamas to have them stop the fighting and release the hostages and bring this conflict and the Gaza suffering to an end.
Armen, continue the conversation about those hostages, would you please? Because President Trump has called for and said we could see a release of 10 more hostages soon.
Gaza, we got most of the hostages back. We're going to have another 10 coming very shortly, and we hope to have that finished pretty quickly. And Steve Witkoff has been fantastic. He's done a great job in that.
Armen, understandably, the families of those who are still being held have not let up the pressure. They're holding a presser on Wednesday. How do these families finally get their loved ones home, given that there's been no breakthrough right now in ongoing talks in Doha this weekend?
Well, realize from the frame of reference of these families who have suffered incredible loss and incredible stress over these last couple of years, they understandably are wanting to see peace perhaps at a greater price than the government of Israel is actually willing to do. Already, Israel has released many thousands of Palestinians in exchange for the other hostages that have been released, both alive and dead, which is exactly what Hamas wanted when they entered into this war. But this pain and suffering on their part, and also the suffering of the Gazans under the rule of Hamas, and the yoke of Iran, which has been ever present in the background. If there can be some kind of agreement, even if it's just a few hostages, something to show that there is progress that's going to be made. This is basically Hamas's last grip on its ability to survive are these hostages. They believe that maintaining these hostages is their ability to continue as a going concern, which is not something that the government of Israel, or I think most of the rest of the civilized world, wants to do. So there is still some work to be done, but perhaps a few could be released, especially those who have passed. I don't see any problem in that as well.
Armen, I want to throw something at you. I have less than a minute. You mentioned the suffering of the Gazans also. This food distribution and the way that it's going, is this the most effective way to get aid to those who are still suffering in Gaza?
Well, I think since this Gaza Humanitarian Foundation has started, many tens of millions of meals have been distributed into Gaza. We know that previously, when other aid was coming in, some of it was getting hijacked by Palestinians, by the Hamas. Even I think one shipment was even attacked by local Jewish settlers. So no, it's not completely on one side or the other. It is an effective means of doing that. I do believe that Hamas has been trying to sow some kind of discord in these areas. I know that there has been some violence and some shootings at these, which is very, very regrettable. But it has been very effective in getting food to the Palestinians so far.
Armen Kurdian, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.